package in the mail, MSX games from Japan. Collecting without fail those shoot 'em ups, and that's the plan. He doesn't just collect them, he also codes them too. Join us and we'll go on electric adventures with you.
Hey YouTube, Electric Adventures here with a package in the mail. And for those quick and observant and freeze frame, you'll know that this comes from Analogue. So shipped from Hong Kong. This is my Analogue 3D. I am a really big fan of the Nintendo 64. Around the time when it was coming out, my friend and I were really into what the hardware could do. I was actually working on a conversion of paint software, so this paint software ran on Amigas, and you basically put a photo of your house in, and then you could draw around the boundaries, and then you could replace colours on the house. I converted that 2D program to the PC, and it was just during that time we're all both talking about the Nintendo 64 came out, and you know, just the Mario Head demo and all those sort of things. So very excited by the technology. Bought one pretty much straight away when they came out, and built up quite a large collection. It's where I really got into, I bought every single Star Wars game on it as well, but I also played Mario 64, Donkey Kong 64, Banjo-Kazooie, and quite a few other games. Of course, James Bond and Perfect Dark. Subsequent to that, most of my PAL collection that I built up over many years and my console got stolen just after we moved house. I did get another console with I think 4 controllers off a aftermarket sale a few years later, and they've slowly gotten back some of the titles I had back in the day. In the meantime, because of my getting games from Japan for the PC Engine, Saturn and MSX of course, inside those lots I actually started buying Nintendo 64 games. They're all, and pretty much my Nintendo 64 Japanese collection are all boxed. It's not a complete collection, but it has a large number of titles that I really like. Now to play these, I have 2 Nintendo 64, a Japanese one and a PAL one, and I just swap the AV cords and the power supply. I use the same power supply for both because it's modular. But having a solution that can play those games on a modern TV and potentially upscale them definitely interested me. So I'm very excited about this one. So we have a box. I'll flip the camera around so we can do the unboxing together, and then of course we'll have to get some games out and give it a play. Right, so here we have the package. We'll do the obligatory unboxing. So this is the shipping box. There's a little bit of a dent there. That shouldn't have caused any issues. Larger box than normal. There we go. Right, it's nicely protected in there. We'll discard this box. Find our scene, there it is. Double boxed is always good. And we have lots and lots of... Right, first thing we see is 3D OS and controller update required. Make sure you update your latest 3D and 64 controller version. Make sure it's operating accordingly. So 3D firmware and controller firmware. Cool. So we have Analogue's consoles usually come like this, discrete black packaging. There is a little logo there which you probably can't see through the clear wrap. You can see it's got a model number on the back. So A3D CO1SE model A3D. Cool. Right, we'll just pop one of these seams. go. Now you should be able to see the logo. Not sure about that black on. Now the box is nice and thick. It's sort of like unboxing a Microsoft Surface in a way. There's padding inside. And there we have the console. Might add another light because it's black. Alright, so the console looks very much like a real Nintendo 64 in a lot of ways, but also it has its own look. Obviously there's no hatch here where you're going to have the 64 or the RAM expansion, but you can connect your original controllers here, which is what I'll be doing. Nice solid on-off switch and a reset switch. Cartridge port. Around the back we have USB-C power, 2 USB ports, a HDMI out and an SD card slot, and there's an SD in there. And a nice, feels like maybe a hard rubber bottom. It's all very nicely, good quality manufacturing by the looks of it. There's just an under area there. Cartridge cleaner and ×2. Oh, and that's the manual barcode basically. Alright, so it's a very good high quality packaging. Over here we have a power brick, now US plug style, so you need to have a converter for that or just use another power brick. We have a HDMI cable, and this will probably be a USB-C cable. Yep, USB-C cable. I'll use these original cables with the unit. So very nice, they supply all cables. I mean, plug back I can use with an adapter, I've got one over there. And I will do that to start with to make sure I've got the right output requirements. That writing's probably way too small to read, and I can't read it without my glasses anyway. Alright, I will get it set up and we shall play some games. Alright. Right, so I'll put the firmware onto the root of the SD card that they supplied. There's a couple of folders on there, and hooked it up with their cords, and we'll turn it on. Lights come on. Okay, capture's a little behind the reel, but that's right. Oh, and by the way, I just have a good old faithful original controller. It does have a run point back there, but I haven't put batteries in it, so I'll fix that before I do the gameplays. Oh, that last bit took quite a while. Now it's rebooting for the first time after that. Here we go.
press A to continue. Yes, it definitely is. Sign my life away. Yeah, I've already done that. Okay, not sure what I'm supposed to do here. Oh. Okay, it was the right C button. In-game menu. Okay, original controllers. Z plus start. Cycle displayed mode, Z start, and the left and right things. Select rumble controller pack. Automatic, I suppose. Original jump to inserted cartridge B. Okay. Now, we don't have a cartridge in, so what I'll do, I will go select a couple and come back to you. Right, so I've inserted Mario Kart 64. I've just cleaned it as well. I did try it one time before, and I just got a black screen. So we'll see if we get any better here. That's better. It's just a loose cartridge, so of course it was tarnished and dirty.
Welcome to Mario Kart.
The sound stuttering.
Mario Kart. Select a player. Let's go.
So I said, this is a PAL cartridge. Controlling fine, but it seems to be stuttering, so that could also be still dirty cartridge. We'll try another power one and see how we go. Right, so it does remember the cut, so like I don't have Mario Kart in there at the moment. It won't let you play it without the cartridge in there, but it remembers it as a profile, I suppose. I'm going to put the lilac balls in. I has actually detected this one as Australia, whereas the other one I reckon was Europe. Give it a go. And this cartridge was much cleaner. Mario Kart still probably got a bit of dirt on it. But I just want to see if we've got stuttering. And by the way, I've just got
message from Joe Pepper.
default settings.
Priority. We need your help, Starbuck. Android has declared.
Yeah, I might leave the power cartridges to later. We'll go over to a Japanese one and just see if there's any difference. Right, I'm going to put in Turok walls. By the way, here's the. Here's all the. Here's their box. It's quite interesting artwork in the Japanese version. Now, before I run it this time, I'm actually going to look at the options. Region auto. See, maybe you have to hardwire to PAL on the other one, so I might try that later. Advanced solar force. Yeah, okay. Alright, well, we're not going to change any of these, so we're just going to play it. It's pretty cool. I do remember playing this game back in the day and quite enjoying it. Right. Remember the controls. That's right. Oh yeah. So the Analogue is look around. That's so funny. Obviously distance frog. As you can see, the frames are looking okay. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I've had this go for ages. As you can see, fog. Okay, now we have a gun. Oh dear. I keep on pressing the wrong controls. Come on, dinosaur. Yeah, dinosaur. Okay, well this is pretty cool. Obviously Japanese one's working better. I love the green blood. There is a second game in this series as well. Yeah, we've got some grenades, I think. Oh, and lots of health recharge. gets used to the controls slowly. People are not going to last very long if I keep on walking into trouble. I've got to love their exaggerated death scenes. That's cool. It's a very different game. Promise a machine gun, I fell off. Now, remember, can you climb vines? Even the dinosaurs do death throws. Ooh, bottle. Okay, big cliff, probably best not to fall down there. Right, well, as you can see, this game works perfectly, so we better try another one. Otherwise I'll probably get suckered into and play this for ages. Which I'm still continuing to do while I'm talking to you guys. I might just quickly switch back to the power ones and just give them another try with some different settings. Right, so I've got my light balls back in. Let's go and have a look at it. No, let's hardwire it to power. And now let's try it. Still getting sound stuttering.
Message from General Pepper 21. We need your help, Starbuck. Andross has declared war. He's invaded the land.
Right, we'll move on back to some other Japanese ones for the time being. Alright, next I'm going to try Sonic Wings Assault, Japanese version. Here's the box. So, got it as Japan. Now, to be fair, I'm listening to this through capture, so maybe that's the stutter problem. Press the start button.
SU30V 空戦を開始 SS 飛燕空戦を開始 A ヘリグリンダ空戦開始
Oh, found the missiles. So it's a bit like Afterburner, this game.
FSX 飛燕敵撃墜FX 飛燕空戦を開始じゃあ行こうかしら
Whoa. Alright, I've forgotten the controls of this one. I still am worried about this stuttering sound, but we shall work on that. Alright, let's try another game. Right, I took a couple of goes at cleaning before it popped up. We'll give this a go again. That's better. This is one of my favourite games on the system. I mean, I loved 007, don't get me wrong, and that was fantastic, and I played that heaps and heaps, and I do love that game, but I thought this was a brilliant semi-sequel in a way, nothing to do with James Bond, but just by the same team, and just really push the system a bit more. I need to figure out the language settings, don't I? user ID. We'll just Sorry, my cane is a little bit rusty, and I don't know that much of it. I have not played this.
If Dr. Kill is not extracted tonight, Dayton will put him through mind conditioning. We'll lose our best chance of finding what Data Dine are up to.
Are they all expendable?
Don't joke. You have to be careful, Hannah. Code keys will only up while the owner is alive. If so, the key is useless. Our guards are a different matter, of course.
What's the target location?
Work your way down the thing to the ground level. Dr. Kill will be in a research lab somewhere in the ground facility.
I recognize him.
We don't image record, and we can't find initial files. All we have a name. Good luck, Doc.
That was a pretty cool game, very immersive. Right, so we have the controls you've got to get used to. Oh, okay, no, different from Turok. I actually think I'm supposed to do something with the computer. I'm missing that. Oh, that turns the lights on. Okay. Right. I found the action button. Right, now I suppose I'm playing a Japanese ROM, but will it actually let me set it to another region and play it without Japanese? It's worth a while trying, so back in a sec. Right, it's going to be a little hard for you guys, but it's my capture that's doing the crackle. If I have it set up. Basically, if I have it set up outputting through my sound system, the sound's perfect. So I'll be interested to see when I edit whether I get the crackle. But I'm quite pleased with this. Obviously, I haven't played any of my NTC ones for quite a while, and some games are a bit harder than others. I do love my Star Wars games, but probably got too much copyright music in it to play those and demo those. But I'm actually reasonably pleased with it. I'll replay some of the power ones again without the capture and see whether I'm still getting the stuttering sound then. Obviously, power games do run a bit slow, and nostalgia is a thing, and I probably would prefer to run the Japanese versions. And I will be getting some form of EverDrive, either the proper EverDrive or one of the cheap carts from China. From reports, EverDrive has been fixed or patched, so it will work on the hardware, so no trouble there. But it performs really well. The picture is excellent, both in my capture here and my real screen, which is over here. So I'm very pleased with it so far. I'll just have a bit more of a play with some of the power titles. I really don't have a lot of power titles because most of mine got stolen back in the day. So I just mainly want to play games. I do need to, if I'm going to play the Japanese ones, I do need to figure out whether I can change some of the menus to English. But we'll see how we go. Right, I'm back again. I've gone through and checked all my recording settings, and yes, there was a problem. And now I'm not getting the crackle, so it's only when I record in my mixer on a particular channel. So this is my PAL copy of Banjo-Kazooie, and the sound is fine. Let's get in and play the game. I haven't played this for ages, but all these games I haven't played for ages. Yeah, we'll go English. No, I do have a Japanese copy of this as well. But as you can tell, the sound is pretty good. Oop, can't go up there. I have no idea where I am. That's it. You have to bottom bounce them. Lumbo's Mountain. Great game, Banjo-Kazooie. Can't block this. Look out for the ball. Don't really need those, but don't touch combos, I would say. Now you can see it plays very well. And no sound issues also. So, very cool, very happy. I'll probably do some more videos in the future on just Nintendo 64 games I like as I play them. I'll probably play more NTSC ones though. There'll be less borders and things like that, but I'm very glad that the sounds all worked out. So I'm filming this a day later than I filmed the other ones, thus different attire. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Analogue 3D and my first looks. I really enjoy having this in my collection and look forward to replaying a whole heap of Nintendo 64 games. Now obviously Nintendo 64 graphics aren't for everybody. They are a thing of their era, but they were groundbreaking at the time. Alright, I'm Electric Adventures, thanks to all my subscribers, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.